Hey everyone and welcome to Storytime. My name is Jake and before this video starts, I just want to say something really quick. Basically, I've started a second channel because of something YouTube has implemented, so I've posted a community post about it, but if you haven't seen it, I'll comment it down below and pin it. Basically, everything is going to stay the same, apart from it's going to be one video a day on each channel instead of two on one. So I think the current plan is to have the malicious compliance on this channel, and then the other board on the other channel, and then to adjust over time to see what you guys like the best. So please go and subscribe to the other channel so you don't miss out on any other videos. It's just going to be called Storytime 2 and I'll leave it at the top of the description. Thanks and let's get right into the video. Okay, I'll give you exactly what you paid for. I manage a small local retail store. We have an online site where people can place orders. When this occurs, we will just get an email with the order summary, and one of the employees will find the item from the sales floor and mail it out. Also, we offer free shipping over $69.99. Tuesday, we received an order for a shirt and the man paid extra for 2-day shipping through FedEx. One of the girls that works with me collected his order, and since his order was over our minimum free shipping, she went ahead and gave him free shipping through USPS. Since he was in a neighboring state, USPS will arrive within 2 days, and sent him an email accordingly. About a half hour later, he calls on the phone and I hear the girl who processed his order apologizing to him repeatedly for about 10 minutes. She was visually frustrated, but stayed calm for the whole call until he hung up. She begins explaining to me that the customer was yelling at her for not processing the order the way he placed it. She doesn't get to finish her story before the phone rings again, and I answer this time to the voice of an angry customer. I let him fill me in on the details of why he is so mad. He aggressively explains to me that he paid for 2-day shipping and needs this shirt by Saturday morning. He is furious that we have given him such poor customer service and didn't even inform him of the changes we made to his order. I informed him that we had found a way to save him the $40 and chose to ship it USPS. After he was too short of breath to yell at me anymore, I simply asked a few follow-up questions. I am a little confused. Maybe you can clarify for me. Was there something you had against USPS? No, that's not the point. I don't care what company you ship from. Oh, great. We just went ahead and gave you free shipping since USPS will do 2-day shipping. Well, it's just bad customer service. I should have been notified. No one told me anything. I just got an email saying that my package was going to be coming through USPS. I mean, isn't that us notifying you? Customer goes off on a rant about how our service sucks and whatnot. It ends up something like this. Well, since you don't care which company we ship from, and you just need it by Saturday, and the package is projected to be delivered by Thursday, and we saved you $40, I'm just not sure what the issue is. I don't care about the $40, I should get what I paid for. Well, if that's what you want, you betcha. I'll charge you the $40 for shipping. Wow, wouldn't it be great if people would listen before they speak, maybe, you know? Use the content exactly as written? If you say so. I run a small web development business, and as anyone with a business or marketable skill knows, there's always acquaintances sniffing around for cheap, preferably free work. Helen is one such client. A friend of the family who called us up begging for us to build her a website as the person she had lined up had dropped out unexpectedly. I felt bad that she'd been left in the lurch, so I asked her more about the project. She took this to mean I'd definitely build her state-of-the-art interactive web app by August the 15th for a fee of $0. I explained that I had other clients and I'd only be able to work over the weekend. And in the time she had, there was no way anything state-of-the-art could be built. She seemed to come around to the idea that she only had enough content for essentially a brochure site, and that I should probably also be paid for my time. So, with that apparently settled, I stupidly agreed to build her site over the coming weekend. That was Monday. Between then and Friday, Helen sent me 50 emails and called and texted numerous times. When I finally got to sit down with the copy she had written, my heart sank. Her whole idea relies on securing donors and government grants, as well as users submitting paid submissions to the site, so you'd think the copy would be edited, proofed, and oozing legitimacy, right? Nah son, typos, grammatical errors, constant references to young people as youth with a capital Y, extra spaces and line breaks, random bolding, borderline word salad in places, every web-friendly content rule broken numerous times. I won't post the actual content, but here are some notes from the insane content package I received. So I thought, well, before I go and dump all of this nonsense online, I'll at least fix the typos and weird formatting so it doesn't look like a barely literate person wrote this. Big mistake. I sent her the link to the homepage and she blew my inbox up. Please use the copy exactly the way it is in the Word documents. One of our team members works in advertising and he went over it all, she wrote, across about 8 emails, none of which used the phrase thank you. I totally understood why her last dev ghosted her. At this point, I was tired and fed up and couldn't be bothered asking whether that included the word photograph or the mention of white and coloured kids. So a quick copy and paste addressed her woes. I cannot overstate just how insane the whole site now reads, but some people just don't want to be helped, you know? The launch is this week, and I will definitely be keeping an eye on Google Analytics for my fix of Schadenfreude, especially since I'm 90% sure she's not going to pay me. Update, nothing exciting about the website yet, but after 6 more emails, I did just fire her as a client and point her to Odesk. I can definitely imagine they're not only gonna not get paid, she's definitely gonna blame them for doing the website so bad. Ugh. Want me to move 30 bags of concrete onto your car? Okay then. So, I live in Australia and we have a supply chain of hardware stores here called Bunnings Warehouse. Picture a hardware store for everyone, both tradesmen and your average Joe. I was a teenager at the time, and I was dressed in work clothes. I was working for a carpenter at the time. Steel cap boots, work pants, the whole deal. The most important thing about this all is my work shirt. My company uses a black button-up shirt, short-sleeved and collared. I'll show a picture on screen if you're interested. My company also had our logos plastered all over these things. For privacy reasons, I can't show you the logos, but these are the base shirts. Now, the people who work at this hardware store, they wear red polo shirts with green writing, the logo for their company, also on screen if you're interested. Now, I was riding shotgun with my boss. He had gone into the store while I was in the timber yard collecting some bags of concrete for the footings we were about to put in. I was moving some of the bags, one at a time, to my boss's work truck. These bags aren't overwhelmingly heavy, 20 kilograms, 45 pounds for the imperial readers. But I was only moving one at a time. The walk wasn't far, and this was at the start of the day. Last thing I wanted to do was injure myself before the real work has even started. I was on my 6th bag out of the 13 when this man came up to me. He was your average DIYer, certainly not a tradesman, just your average bloke, 50s, balding, and wanted to show off that they could successfully screw together a garden shed. He was just staring at the pile of concrete bags. For context, there are several different kinds of concrete for different purposes. Rapid set, mortar, cement, etc. He then asked me what concrete he should use to put in some fence posts. I told him he would be looking at the rapid set. It would suit his needs perfectly. Considering he needed to ask what kind of concrete, I imagined that he hadn't actually done any sort of work like this before, so I gave him the lowdown. Dig your hole, pour the bag directly into the hole, wet it with your hose, dome it off. Pretty simple. So he said thanks, no issues here. So I grab my next bag and begin to take it to the truck. Here is where the fun begins. "What? Where are you going?" he asks. Now, I'm quite confused at this point in time, and then I respond with, "Oh, I'm going to go put these bags on the back of that truck. Is that a problem?" He replies with, "Mate, my car isn't over there. I'm the white Camry over there." It's always the dudes in the white Camry at Bunnings. Any tradesman who goes to Bunnings knows exactly the guy I'm talking about. Anyways, I stand there trying to figure out what is going on. "Well?" he asks. I figure out that he thinks I work there. "Oh, sorry mate, I don't work here. I'm getting concrete for my job, and I'm on a tight schedule. Sorry mate." Now, usually if I didn't have to be somewhere, I would have given anyone a hand. Moving these bags sucks, but he doesn't seem to believe me. "What? Look at you. Of course you work here. You've got the right clothes and everything." I try to reply, and he doesn't want to have a bar of it. He goes off and says he's walking away. "You better have all 30 bags on my car before I get back. Step on it." Well, my dearest friend, be careful what you wish for. It didn't matter that I was busy, this was the new priority. Cue the malicious compliance or petty revenge part of my story. His exact words were, "You better have all 30 bags on my car before I get back." His car had a box trailer. I knew exactly what he meant, but no sir. I tried to tell you otherwise, but you did not listen. I needed to move, so I started moving the bags, 2 at a time. I placed them all over his car, 12 on the bonnet, 6 on the trunk, and the rest perfectly layering the roof. I see him walk out. He sees his car, and this man's jaw hits the goddamn floor. He nearly had a heart attack. "My car! What have you done to my car?" I had a grin from ear to ear. "I put 30 bags on your car, just like you asked." I was giggling like a toddler. Now, after much screaming, I told him to can it, and he could move it himself. I was late as it was, and my boss was getting impatient. However, he watched this all, and was laughing too. "Sorry mate, I have to go to my actual job now, so you're going to have to move these yourself." He was not happy, but hey, at least the bags were now significantly closer to his car. He sucked it up and began to move them. I was walking back to my car when I heard him yell. The thing about these bags of concrete is that if you don't support them underneath and just grab them from the sides, they tend to split, clean down the middle, dumping all the contents of the bag in a messy pile directly underneath the bag. He had split a bag, clean down the middle, whilst trying to take it off the roof. This thing spilled its contents all over the roof and windshield of his car, and it was the funniest thing to happen yet. He got the job done eventually, but not before splitting 3 more bags. His car was covered in concrete dust. I left him there, car covered in concrete, whilst he admitted defeat. This one's on you, Camry guy. This one is on you. That's funny and all, but why did this guy need 30 bags of concrete? What is he doing? Can't have you being paid for 90 seconds you didn't earn. I used to work at a large lab with several buildings spread over an industrial estate. Most of the estate wasn't very car friendly, so people parked outside of it and walked around the place. Most of the employees there, myself included, were being paid hourly wages rather than salary. They had old-fashioned punch-style time cards still that they used for purposes of calculating pay. Each building had its own time clock, and generally people punched in at whatever building they started the day in and punched out at whatever building they finished at. One day, a visiting corporate manager noticed that 2 of the time clocks were nearly 90 seconds apart, Meaning, if you clocked in at one and clocked out at the other, you might be getting a whole 90 seconds more time for the day than you'd earned. Rather than fixing this, or simply not caring, they passed a rule that you had to clock in and out at the same place. Cue nearly every single employee choosing to clock in and out at the remote security gate next, at the very edge of the estate from then on, adding 10 to 20 minutes of billable walking time to each working day. Oh, 90 seconds of extra time. Oh, we gotta fix this. I know a lot about this place because I work in corporate. I'm gonna do this. Oh, yep, that's not gonna work. Hey everyone, I hope you all had a really good day and that you enjoyed that video. If you want to check out some other videos, then click on screen right now or check out the playlist down below. If you enjoyed that video, then please do leave a like. And if you want to submit your own stories, then you can do so by joining the Discord in the top link in the description. But thank you so much for watching and I will see you very soon.